Welcome once again to the program Transforming Lives One at a Time. I am your host, Deanne McClutchy, and of course we are coming to you from beautiful Tobago in the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, you can check out our social media platforms. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course TikTok at Transforming Lives One at a Time. Well, on this program, we delve into any and every issue that affects the human experience. Today is no different as we venture into the issue of customer service. And of course, I know that is a huge topic, and we need to find out what are the expectations and what it entails when we talk about customer service in the real sense of the word. My guest today is no stranger to Tobago, to customer relations and customer service, in the person of Mrs Arlene Massiah. Mrs. Massiah has worked throughout Trinidad and Tobago for the past 53 years in the area of customer service. She worked at the Tobago Regional Health Authority until she retired as Customer Relations Officer in 2013. Within the next hour, we will go in depth on the issue. Mrs. Massiah, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Diane.
Yes, my dear. Well, based on my research of the service industry, it's a fair statement to say that great service is about being proactive, being an active listener, and of course bringing a level of efficiency and providing positive resolutions that makes customers feel somewhat appreciated. Mrs. Massiah, the issue of customer service has and will be a hot topic worldwide. We hear the complaints on the radio, on the television, and of course social media, and of course in our everyday interactions. It affects every quarter in our society, and I believe it starts from the home. All right, so first of all, tell us about how you have garnered this vast amount of experience in customer service.
Well, Diane, thanks for having me again. My journey with customer service began when I was 21. That was in 1974. And this is when I joined BWIA as a flight attendant.
Okay.
Now, you are too young, but for those...
Actually, I wasn't even born yet.
Okay, you see that? So for the older ones out there, we know and we had loved BWIA.
Yes.
And BWIA stood for home, it stood for warmth, it stood for everything Trinidad and Tobago. And we know that the service that you received on those flights were second to none.
Right.
I remember when I was a flight attendant and we were finished serving our meals, and so we were instructed beforehand that we have to go and speak to the customers.
Okay.
Now, sometimes the customers would just want to sleep, right? But we had to do it for the course, okay? So I started off doing that. Then I retired in 1984. I did 10 years, and I retired in 1984 when I came to Tobago and I got married. The best time of my life.
Wow.
Yes. When I came to Tobago, I remember everybody saying on the streets, good morning, till you wondered, well, what was really going on?
Yes.
And that was synonymous with Tobago. You walk in a Burnett Hill, good morning. If you get it now,
yes,
you're lucky. So when I came here, I went back to BWIA on the ground and I worked at the traffic department and reservations. So more customer service, okay? After that, I worked in different areas around the airport. And then I worked at LIAT as the supervisor at LIAT. More customer service, because we have to deal now with the customers who are coming to buy tickets, who lose their baggage, and you know the drill. After I left there, I did other things again, a little stint, at TSCT, little things, and then I went to my dream job. Well, my second dream job. The first was BWIA because I thoroughly loved it. And the second one, which was somewhat the closing of my work life was at the Tobago Regional Health Authority. There I worked for 15 years as a customer relations officer. Now I would backtrack a bit and tell you why I loved it so much, besides the fact that I got to do what I love, which is customer service. When I was 21, I applied to both nursing and flight attendant to become either or. And they both replied at the same time. So I had to make a choice.
Yes.
So I said, you know what, you can always go and study nursing. You don't have to be 21. But you don't always get a chance to go and see the world.
Yes.
So I said, let me go and see the world first, and then we take it from there. So I did my 10 years. I never did nursing. But here I am, starting in 2010 to work at Tobago Regional Health Authority. That job was most fulfilling for me because here I am in the nursing environment.
Yes.
And doing my customer service, which I love so much. And Diane, I loved my patients. Now I say patients because let's face it, almost everyone who comes to the hospital, they're not coming there to do a photo shoot.
Exactly.
You know, they come in to visit someone that is ill, and people are there waiting on results. They are unsure of what's going on in their lives, and there's always this uncertainty and need for empathy at a hospital.
Right.
So when I was put in that position where I could serve and be of service with my patients, I don't call them clients, they're my patients, then it made me full of joy. And I'm getting a little emotional here, you know, because I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed it, and it was a very fulfilling experience for me.
So you were being paid to do what you loved.
Yes.
Wonderful, and that is so important.
Yes, so therefore
so very
I wasn't
important.
working, you know?
Of course.
But just before you go, in between there, I did a stint for about 13 years as a wedding photographer.
Okay.
So there you go again.
Customer service.
Customers, foreign and local.
Yes.
Because sometimes you have people who are coming here for a wedding, and these people you see on the day, because they don't come here with a long time. They come 2 or 3 days before to set up the venue, pay for stuff and everything. And then the photographer meets them on the day when you get there and they're dressing. But that's another topic for another time. And lastly, I still do a stint with the Tobago Regional Health Authority, the maternity ward.
Okay.
Right, where we do something for the mothers, and we could talk about that a little later.
Right.
But believe it or not, that is 53 years, because it's 16 years now I've been doing those babies.
Yes.
So that's from 21, when I was 21, to now I'm 73.
73?
So, yes.
My God.
73.
You look excellent.
Thank
for
you.
73.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, let us talk about what is customer service.
All right. So as you know, I'm retired and I don't keep too much in my mind, but I made my notes.
That's fine.
So permit me just to read it
Certainly.
to you. All right? Customer service is not just about fixing issues, but also about building relationships and creating a positive experience. Customers want to feel heard, understood, and valued.
Right.
Good customer service can lead to positive reviews and loyal customers, while bad customer service can lead to bad reviews and a damaged reputation of your company. Customer service is the support you provide to customers before, during, and after they interact with your business. It doesn't end when they come.
Right.
During and after. The goal is not just to solve problems, but creating a positive experience that builds trust and loyalty. As a customer rep, you are the face of the company. Your goal is to provide excellent service, solve problems, and make your customers happy.
Wow. At the end of the day.
In a nutshell, that is what customer service is all about. And you don't need to go university to be a good customer service rep. You know, it all starts from your heart. And what we want for ourselves is what we should be giving. And that is not usually the case.
True. And of course, you know, it is said that the customer service, the kind of service that you receive, could either make your business or it can break your business. That is so very, very critical there. Well, let's talk about the core principles of customer service.
Okay. Again, I'll reference to my sheet here. The core principles consist of empathy. All right? You have to understand how your customer feels. And not just, you know, they're here and you take it for granted. You don't know if somebody just died. You don't know. Well, I will use most of my situations at the hospital, which is, you know, a sore point for some.
Of course.
Okay, but it will be relevant. You don't know how your customer feels. Okay? So you have to empathize with them and give them a listening ear.
Yes.
Let them speak freely. Don't interject and speak over them. Because we do that a lot. Sometimes we don't even listen.
Yeah.
We don't listen. And we give answers to questions that we haven't heard. So we need to use empathy and we need to listen and understand how our customer feels, and we have to show that we care. A lot of times we are like robots and we just go through the motions because that's what we have to say.
Yes.
And this is what we have to do. And we don't put our hearts into it.
Yeah.
You know, and what would I do? How would I feel? And when you do those things, believe it or not, it makes everybody's life easier. And you give good service without even knowing that you are servicing a situation.
Right.
You understand? You have to let them know you understand exactly how they feel about the situation. And then you deal with it like that. Okay? Another area is active listening. Let the customer speak without interruption. You know, sometimes you start off, Mom, you know why I'm here today? Because my cable wasn't really working too well. You call Trinidad?
Right. You don't listen, wait to hear everything that the customer is saying.
I'm going to tell you, okay, I called Trinidad. That was my next sentence.
Right.
Okay, I spoke with the man, the rep, and he told me to come into you if it wasn't repaired.
Okay.
And here I am now. So you realize what is happening, that we are starting a rift here now.
Yes.
So the conversation is going awry.
Of course.
And attitudes are starting to come out.
Yes.
Because if I don't keep cool, then I would want to rise too. And you already feeding me with aggression.
Yes.
Okay? So we have to listen. And when the person stops talking, then we realize, okay, we can go on. Plus, we have to listen to know what we have to say.
Right.
Okay? You can't give me an answer if you don't know what I'm saying.
True.
Okay?
True.
You come into the hospital setting, I'm here for a clinic. That clinic closed already. You don't know what clinic I come for.
Right.
You know, and we do it so blatantly. We just don't listen. We don't take time to empathize and to listen with each other, all right? Then you repeat and summarize to confirm that you understand.
Okay.
That is important. So you said, Diane, that your cable was not working. You called so-and-so, and he told you to come into us. That's correct? Okay.
Right.
So how do you feel? You feel understood?
Of course.
Heard? And you now have a nice dialogue going whereby we could go to the next step.
Correct.
All right? And ask the clarifying questions. You know, is it that you tried everything and whatever, and you continue like that?
Right.
So that is a little introduction as to how we can start with our customer service.
Okay.
Dialogue, you know, with each other.
Yeah.
Listen carefully, ask the pertinent questions, and continue from there.
Of course, be cordial.
Yes.
Because if you're asking with an attitude, I am already upset as the customer.
Exactly.
I'm already upset. Or you're on your phone. You're talking to me, but you're on your phone sending a message or
you know, that's a big one.
I feel unheard.
You know, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And let me add here, I mean, telephone is part of what I have to talk about. But if you go to someone at a government office and you are asking a question, and we see it all the time. I am not cracking any new nuts here.
Yes.
And they're on their phone and they answer you, you know, one ear listening to you, one ear answering the phone, listening to the WhatsApp or the TikTok. You understand?
Yes.
And they answering you. How do you feel? You do not feel heard. But that same person now on her lunch hour, she's going to the bank because she wants to get some money for the weekend.
Yes.
So she goes to the bank teller. How would she feel if the bank teller was doing the same situation that she was doing? But no, what do you get? Because it's private enterprise.
Yes.
The bank teller is there. Good morning. How can I help you? It don't have to be genuine, you know. It has to be professional.
Of course.
How are you this morning? You might get that. How can I help you? And the person says what they want to do and they get to do it. That is giving good customer service.
Yeah.
But you want it, but you're not giving it.
Right.
So we have a problem.
Yes, but let's talk about here when you go into an establishment and you feel like if you are a bother because they are on their phone and you're in the establishment and the customer's rep just ignores you, not like, hi, good day. No acknowledgement that someone walked in.
Yes, and you're wondering, well, what is the job they're doing? You don't think that and I'll use the bank as the same situation? Because sometimes, you know, you would have experienced, you go to the bank and you're in a long line and you're getting frustrated. Okay? Now you don't know what is going on. And same thing happens at hospital. You go to a clinic and you find, oh gosh, look how long they take it. It's so long here and I am the next person to go in.
Yes.
And I'll go back to that. But you go to the bank and what happens? Someone comes from the back and they come along the line and they ask you, good morning, what are you here for? And they try to sift it out.
Of course.
And to see how quick they can adjust and help with a situation like that. But when you go into an establishment now and no one is listening to you or paying you attention, frustration sets in.
Yes. Or even a warm welcome. Hi, good morning. How may I help today? At least we need to acknowledge that someone has walked into the establishment.
Exactly.
That they didn't just leave home because they had nothing else to do. Obviously, they want your service.
That's what they're paying you for.
Precisely.
To do that.
Yes.
And they don't do it.
Yes, so that is very, very critical. We're going to stick a pin right there and we're going to come back with more.
If you're wondering where to find top-tier quality tiles and products to refurbish or renovate your wall, floor or pool, well, your worry is over. Come to D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, opposite the Bonnecourt Primary School, Tobago, where you will find porcelain, mosaic and ceramic tiles of the highest quality guaranteed. D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center also stocks thinset, grout, tile cutters and yes, windows. Plus a friendly smile and service that's second to none awaits you. So forget the hassle and get all the quality tiles you need right here in Tobago at D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center. Call us today at 460-8802, 639-8281. Opens Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m.
Are you having issues with your vehicle overheating? No worries. Check out Graham's Radiator Service for sales and servicing of radiators, installation and flushing, pressure testing, gas tank recoating, and all your radiator needs. Check them out at Philadelphia Trace off the Plymouth Main Road in Marysville, Tobago, seconds from the Wim Anglican School. Call 639-1094 or 299-3097. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m.
Hi, my name is Mrs Massiah and I'm a student of Scarborough Secondary School. Recently, out of taking place in the Men's Hospital B, in which I have placed first for my Form 5 and 6 category in Tobago, then went nationwide in Trinidad, in which I have placed third. Firstly, I want to thank God, my amazing parents, and tremendous teachers at Scarborough Secondary School who would have motivated me to still partake in the spelling bee despite what I would have had to tell them. And what I want to leave with you is to don't be afraid to spell a word wrong. Don't be afraid to try, and that is simply proof that you are trying, and every mistake that is made is a step closer to getting right. Thanks for the opportunity, good vibes, good news.
Welcome back to the program, and today we have a huge topic which we're going to try to, I know we're going to just be touching the tip, but we're talking about customer service with Mrs. Arlene Massiah. So just before the break, I know we were talking about the core principles of customer service, so you're going to just touch on that. And of course, we want to talk about some key customer service skills.
Mm-hmm. But before I go to that, let me just finish with the core principles. We must have clear communication. I'm just going to run through them because if I take time to go through,
yes,
we'll be here all day. So you have clear communication, which is using simple, polite, and professional language. Don't talk down to people, okay? You do not assume who is who because
yes,
you never know who you're speaking to.
Correct.
You know? So avoid jargon as far as possible, okay? Try and be professional because people would, you know, they feel respected,
yes,
when you speak to them professionally. I'm not saying you talk highfalutin language and words that they don't understand,
right,
but just be professional. Be concise, but be helpful, all right? Show patience, stay calm, even with difficult customers. Now, a lot of us would want to get vexed if somebody starts off the conversation upset with us.
yes,
But being the professional that you are, you have to stay calm, think through it and understand, and when you put your empathy in,
yes,
you empathize with the person and you can understand how they feel, why they feel how they feel, you know, and then you stay calm and you deal with your situation. Give customers time to explain, as we touched on before.
Yes.
Accountability. As a business, we have to take accountability and ownership for the issues. Sometimes maybe most times, but sometimes we are wrong. And the customer isn't always right, I
yeah,
know.
we're going to touch on that.
But we will touch on that in a little bit. But you know, we have to deal with the situation as it arises, and however you bring it to me, that's how I have to take it and work on it.
Okay.
All right? I cannot assume anything else. I have to
Right.
listen to you, take it, and then we will find out who is right and who is not.
Okay.
Okay? So for key communication skills, there's verbal and there's written. Because not everyone, you know, some people have a suggestion box
Yes,
and they would put suggestions in there, and we are supposed to take those suggestions and run with it. Because these are the people who don't like to come forward, you know, they don't want to
Yes,
know, they
yes.
want to remain anonymous, but they have a concern, and their concern is as much valid as the person who comes into the establishment to voice their concern or to call up on the radio.
yes,
We get a lot of complaints on the radio about different things. You know, you have to be very careful now with social media, as you
of
said.
course.
On WhatsApp, they take a picture of you, they send it around. I mean, you get popular now overnight.
Yes,
whether you want to or
negatively.
not. Negatively, because people don't really talk about good things.
Yeah.
You notice that? People don't, they
Bad
hardly ever.
news sells, huh?
Bad news sells, you know? So we have to be very careful about what we do and what we say when we're out there now and when we represent our companies and things like that.
Yes.
And remember that that's where your bread and butter coming from.
Of course,
You
of
know?
course.
So you have to approach it problem solving. You know, you have to go into it. I am here to solve your problem.
Yes.
You came to me, you have a problem, otherwise I wouldn't be seeing you.
Right.
So when you come to me with a problem, my job is to solve your problem.
Okay.
However I can. And we will go into how we do the problem solving. Emotional intelligence. Empathize with the person and show emotional intelligence. These people are here because they have genuine concerns. It might
Yes.
not be about a phone bill. It might be about their mother who isn't well on the ward.
Right.
You know, or their daughter who just lost their baby. you know, and when you think that these things could happen to you, and how would you like to be treated?
Correct.
Then we would know what is the acceptable way of dealing with these situations, okay? So that's mainly it. Then adaptability. Adapt to your situation, okay? Check it out, realize how you could make it and make it adapt to your situation.
Yes.
Long and short, just adapt to your situation, you know, and listen to your client and try to solve their problems.
At the end of the day, they came to you because whatever you have, they need.
Exactly.
Whether it's a service, whether it's a good, whether it's goods or services, you are the person that they came to. And I'm sure there are other options. And that's another area that we have to look at. There is always another option.
Exactly.
And sometimes I'm afraid that sometimes business owners run businesses and they give the impression, they have a kind of cocky way, well, you need me. No.
Exactly.
It's a partnership.
Exactly. And I was thinking this morning, you know, when someone comes into your establishment, you need their money.
Yeah.
To make your business
Of course.
work. Okay?
Of course.
They have a choice.
Yes.
Now you could go to KFC or you could go to Royal Castle. You have a choice.
True.
But no matter how many people go into KFC for the day, they're not going to turn back anybody and say, oh, we have enough for the day, go to Royal Castle. You understand?
That's right.
So you want to capture everybody. If everybody in Tobago could buy from you,
Right.
you'll be a very happy
That's right.
camper,
That's right.
you know?
Well, I want to get into the philosophy
Oh boy.
in the business world, as some put it, that the customer is always right. Is this indeed true, in spite of the dynamics at play, that the customers will always be right?
Diane, that is a figure of speech. If you are being honest with yourself,
Yes.
that the customer is always right. Because we know that they're not always right.
Okay.
Okay? But when a customer comes to you, you have to turn it around in such a way that you will make it right.
Yeah, okay.
You
Okay, you're right, you're right.
You're right. And then you change and you let them see the true issue that is at hand. And where they might have fallen and misjudged the situation and thought that it was right, but it wasn't right. But nobody coming into your establishment, you tell them, that ain't true. You know, you're wrong.
Yeah.
No.
You
so
can't
from
do that.
that instance, the customer is always right. Whenever they come to you with a problem, in your mind, okay, you're right.
Let's see how we could solve this.
It sets a good tone.
Yes.
But if you start off telling them that they are not right,
you have a problem.
You have a problem on hand. So you start off, I understand the way that you feel. And I could put myself in your situation
right,
too.
Yes.
You
I
know?
understand what you're saying.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. And if something so happened to me, I wouldn't like it, you know. But I'll give you a simple example. Well, I've gained a lot of experience working at the hospital, right? I could almost be a nurse.
Yes.
So, you know, when a patient is recuperating from surgery, within the first day, you all could correct me, within the first day, they want you to get up and walk.
Start to walk.
Now, I have seen family members get very upset about that. She just had surgery yesterday and they want you to walk already. I mean, you know, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
So as far as they're concerned, we're doing something wrong. There are lots of reasons for that. It's to avoid blood clots.
Of course.
It's for rehabilitation. The doctors and the nurses know what they're doing. They're not going to just take somebody and put them to stand up and walk.
Right.
For them to collapse on their hands or have to go back into surgery or stuff like that. So there are these gray areas that a lot of people don't know and don't understand. And that is where we have to come in. So in a situation like this now, you find the nurse should say, don't worry, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is part of the rehabilitation process. we taking good care of your mom.
Right.
Wouldn't you feel good?
Of course, because you're trying to allay their fears.
Exactly, and they're valid for feeling that
Of
way because
course.
everybody is not a nurse and a doctor.
That's
You don't know
correct.
what is going on behind the scenes, you
Yes.
know, but I'm showing you that simple things that we can do
Yeah.
and say can help a lot of situations that develop in the workplace.
Of course.
You know?
I want us to talk about the responsibility of business owners, proprietors, to ensure that their staff are properly trained in the area of customer relations.
Customer service is a must for every organization, okay? Now, what people have to realize is that you have to give to get. And if you want your staff, you must assess the level of service orientation that they come into your
Yes.
organization with. If you know they're green, then you have to train them. You have to give your staff training. It's something that you cannot run away from. You have to give them little training programs,
Yeah.
in-house training programs along the way. So you have to invest in training, okay? And another thing that they wouldn't like to hear about, you have to pay your staff properly.
Okay.
Okay? That's coming from me.
Yes.
Because if you don't pay your staff, they don't care. And we're talking about human nature.
Yeah. It's a reality.
It is a reality.
reality.
They're doing it as a means to an end.
Yeah.
And if they're getting away with it and there's no accountability, and then, you know what, too? Other staff members, meaning supervisors and managers, have to take accountability and follow up on the service that is being given by their junior staff.
Yeah.
A lot of them are friends with them.
Right.
And they allow them to get away with a lot of things. So you come there and somebody will come and complain, you know, the way Diane spoke to me this morning, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But you are friends with your
Of
manager.
course, you cannot correct them because you are friends.
It's going under the rug. You know, so Miss Massiah come in and say so and so this morning, but don't worry with she, you know, and then what? You're going back to give bad service again.
Yes.
So you pay your staff properly, you give them training, and you do follow up on them to find out exactly what your customer surveys are about.
Yeah.
I always say that we should do what you call, what do you call it? These silent listeners. They are these people that you put in mystery shoppers, sorry.
Oh,
that's
yes,
the word I'm
just to
looking
see.
for.
Yes.
If we put mystery shoppers in most of the places where we have issues, we would get a lot more information and we'd find out the culprits.
Correct.
Okay? Because someone goes into the organization, you don't know who they are,
Yeah.
you don't know what questions, you give them the questions to ask, and then they come back and said, who did you speak with? I spoke with Diane McCletchy.
Right.
So right away you go to Diane McCletchy, this is the information I have.
Of course.
No name said, so and so and so. Talk to me
Yes.
about it. The next time you never know what would happen. It would have to
Exactly.
improve.
Exactly. So accountability is so very important. And I remember a few years ago, I visited Antigua. I stayed at Jolly Beach Resort. And listen, the service there, the customer service, it was extraordinary. And I had to ask the question. I said, because I have been to resorts already, but these people were just going the extra mile in every single area. I had to ask the question. You know what one of the employees told me? They have shares in the business.
Well, that's a good one.
They have shares in the
That's a
business.
good one.
So because of that,
They're working for themselves.
Exactly.
That
and I
makes
said,
so much
wow.
sense. Yes, yes, they work for themselves.
Yes, of
and
course.
plus they are a service-oriented, you know, like Barbados.
And they get training every 3 months. Mandatory training. I said, wow. And I tell you, I mean...
And it shows.
Yeah, it does. I was really taken aback that I had to actually ask the question.
Yes.
And that made the difference. It made me feel maybe that's what we have to start implementing in some of our businesses.
Everybody wants all the money for themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
You know, they don't want to share. They don't want to let us in on it. And they will get more money.
Of course. It will be a win-win situation.
Exactly. If your service is so good. And plus, it's shares.
Yeah.
You're not giving me anything for free. I am buying it.
Yes, yes.
So it's a win-win, as you say, for all involved.
Definitely. Well, I want to talk about the practicality of dealing with customers or interacting with customers, and how should a service rep deal with an irate customer? You know, can you walk us through a go strategy to de-escalate a already tense situation?
There's so many. You don't want to bring one? If you bring one, I'll take it.
Okay, someone walks in to an establishment.
Give me the hospital. We all know about that. We go through that all the time. We have.
Right. Okay. So you walk in and you are upset probably about a certain medication that has been changed.
Okay. Who are you speaking with?
You're speaking with a customer service rep, because that's the first person, and you want to find out, how can I get in touch with this doctor that prescribed this, because my loved one was using this medication all the time and the medication was changed and I want to know why. And the person said, well, I can't answer that question, you know. I said, that's the reason I'm asking you. I want to speak with the doctor or have a conversation with a supervisor so they can be able to guide me. And the rep starts to get loud. And of course, the person starts to get loud.
Yes.
How you de-escalate that?
Well, we want me to de-escalate it as a customer service rep.
Yeah, because the
so I am
person is now
the situation.
Yes, you are now approaching as a supervisor.
Okay, no problem. So I want to know, well, what is really going on, you know? What's happening, sir? And I would go to the customer first.
Right.
Before I go to the rep. Okay? Because the customer is my concern right now, because that's the one who's upset.
Okay.
Okay? He explains, as you said, that the medicine has been changed and given it to your mother. She's probably having adverse effects from it, and you want to know why it was changed. So what is the issue here with the customer service rep? Well, I tell her, you know, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to get so and so and so. Well, you know, that's not true, Diane, because there are ways that we can see about it. Let me see if I can help. Sir, would you come this way with me?
Right.
And I'm going to leave the customer service rep to deal with that person afterwards.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring them in for a to and fro.
Yes.
Well, she tell me, but I tell her.
Yes.
So I'm going to take my customer now, and I'm going to carry them somewhere quiet and put them to have a seat. Okay. Maybe by pharmacy.
Right.
Where I can go and ask the pharmacist what's going on with the medication. That's one option. Or I might go to the ward. The patient was on the medical ward, and I would go down to the medical ward with the patient. That's what the customer service rep is supposed to be doing.
Okay.
That is what they are there for, and that's what they're supposed to do, not just to stand up and say good morning, good afternoon, and smile. You get a lot of different situations coming at you during the day. It's not a stereotype where you're sitting behind the desk and you're just dealing with, you know, hello, hi, and going. So you leave the situation. Now you're not at your post anymore because you're going to help a customer. You're giving that customer service. You go down to the ward, you speak to the head nurse, you let them know that patient so-and-so, this is the situation, and I would like to see Dr. X, please.
Right.
Are they there? And whatnot. No, he's not here, he's in theater. So what do you suggest I do? Well, I could speak to the patient, the nurse.
Okay.
Bring the patient into me. I will speak to the patient and let them know what's happening. You can take your leave then, because you have addressed the situation, and your customer is now in the capable hands of a nurse who is going to take over more customer service.
Right.
Right? Because remember, the person irate, so let's hope now that the nurse treats them the way that they want to be treated and not just be frustrated.
That's
so it continues.
Right.
It's a thread.
But at the end of the day, we want the customer satisfied.
To be satisfied. Now, do you think that customer will be satisfied?
Well, yeah, definitely.
They might not have gotten all their answers,
but
they
at
didn't get it from me, but I put them on to who
recognize that
can.
you made an effort.
That's it. And what we have to do is not to solve all the problems. We have to find ways of solution for the problems. So everybody who comes to you as a customer service rep, you don't have the answers.
Correct.
But you are there and you're supposed to be knowledgeable enough to put them on to the persons who can.
Yes. So that's the at the end of the day, that is what. All right, we're going to take another short break and we'll be right back. You're viewing Transforming Lives One at a Time. Stay with us.
If you're wondering where to find top-tier quality tiles and products to refurbish or renovate your wall, floor, or pool, well, your worry is over. Come to D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, opposite the Bonnecourt Primary School, Tobago, where you will find porcelain, mosaic, and ceramic tiles of the highest quality guaranteed. D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center also stocks thinset, grout, tile cutters, and yes, windows. Plus, a friendly smile and service that's second to none awaits you. So forget the hassle and get all the quality tiles you need right here in Tobago at D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center. Call us today at 460-8802, 639-8281. Opens Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m.
Are you having issues with your vehicle overheating? No worries. Check out Graham's Radiator Service for sales and servicing of radiators, installation and flushing, pressure testing, gas tank recoating, and all your radiator needs. Check them out at Philadelphia Trace off the Plymouth Main Road in Marys Hill, Tobago, seconds from the Wim Anglican School. Call 639-1094 or 299-3097. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m.
Hi, my name is Mrs Massiah and I'm a student of Scarborough Secondary School. Recently, out of taking place in the Men's Hospital meet, in which I have placed first for my Form 5 and 6 category in Tobago, then went nationwide in Trinidad, in which I have placed third. Firstly, I want to thank God, my amazing parents and tremendous teachers at Scarborough Secondary School who would have motivated me to still partake in the spelling bee despite what I would have had to tell them. And what I want to leave with you is to don't be afraid to spell that word wrong. Don't be afraid to try, and that is simply proof that you are trying, and every mistake that is made is a step closer to getting it right. Thanks for the opportunity, good vibes, good news.
Welcome back to the program. Well, Mrs. Massiah, I want us to talk about communications, do's and don'ts. Let's get the real talk here.
Okay. So some of the notes that I've made here, when you are communicating with a customer about a complaint or just about, generally helping them, it's nice to know their names.
Okay.
It makes it personalizes the experience. So, Ms. McClatchy, good morning. How can I help you today? Because you know that if you go somewhere and somebody says, "Hi, Ms. McClatchy," the first thing you do is,
It looks like,
"You know me?"
Yes.
And you feel special.
Of course.
You feel like somebody, you feel welcome.
Correct.
Right? Because somebody threw that out and said, "Hi, Ms. McClatchy. How are you today?" or "How can I help you?" or something. No, it's not necessary. But if you're sitting with somebody and you're dealing with a situation and a complaint, so your name is again, or Miss McClatchy. All right, so Miss McClatchy, let me see how best I can help you. You're personalizing the situation.
Yes.
So now we have something going here between the two of us.
Of
it's not
course.
just a customer and a rep. It's Miss Massiah and Miss McClatchy, so we're dealing with it, okay?
Yeah.
Be positive and respectful. Now, positive is that you always try to reassure your customer it's going to be okay. I'm going to try to make it right for you. I'm going to help you as best as I can.
All right.
I'm going to take that burden off of you. And I've dealt with all sorts of situations, Diane, at that hospital. All sorts of situations. I can't go into some of them, of course.
Yes.
You know, but trust me, I've seen patients die. I've seen mothers with dead babies. I mean, I've been there because it's over 25 years.
Of course.
You know, association from 2010 to now at the hospital, you know. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
And especially in an environment like that, we have to show so much empathy.
Yes.
To our customers there, you know, because it could be you, it could be your mom.
Of course.
And you know, sometimes when the shoe is on the other foot, we want them to hurry up. If your mother taking and going to A&E, you want them to drop everything.
Yes, that's right.
And see about your mother
Of
before
course,
everybody else.
because she's your priority.
Yes, and I'll go back to a little thing before. We get very impatient when we go to maybe like clinic, okay, for reviews.
Yes.
So you go into review and I am coming after you. And you go in for what I think should be routine and you should be out in at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But here it is, 1 hour later, I'm still waiting on that woman who went inside.
You don't know the situation.
You don't know the situation. I remember I went to clinic once and I was there. I was number 1 because I went early.
Yes.
And put down my name. And here I am waiting and it's all 10:30. And I realized, so I eventually told the reps or whoever it was with the names, I said, you know what, I am not critical. So, and I waited months for this visitor, but I said, you know, because I was getting impatient.
Yes.
You know, and I said, you know what, give it to somebody else who might need it more than me. You know what was going on? People who were coming through A&E who needed to see that doctor.
Okay.
People who were on the ward. Somebody came in and they weren't even able to sit up.
Right.
They had to go and see. Now, this was
Gotcha.
somebody who came up from Trinidad.
Okay, yes. So the
A
demands,
specialist.
yes.
So the demand is great and they only take so many patients. And here it is, I am waiting to see about my old shoulder. And all these people here are going in with these critical situations. People,
Yes.
you know, in half coma, semi-coma, can't walk. And all of this is going on. So you need to be patient. You don't know what is going on
Right.
before or ahead of you. And then when your turn comes to go in now, who knows how long you're going to take?
Of course.
Because when I went in and the lady started doing and putting all the shock treatments and going through the whole routine, I felt guilty. I did. Because I'm saying, you know, I'm not that serious. And
Yes.
here she is going through all these routines and it's taking time.
It is.
Because
It
these
is.
things take time.
Of
Next thing you go
course.
in there and they talk to you for 5 minutes and you come out and you're upset. The doctor hardly even talked to me. She just asked me 2-3 questions.
Yes.
And gone. So you can't, it's very hard to please people.
Yes.
You know,
Of
we are
course.
very hard people to please.
True, we are.
We are.
We are.
Damned if you do and damned if you don't, okay? So use the customer names, be positive and respectful and offer solutions at all time. Don't interrupt.
Okay.
Always listen. Wait for them to make a break. Sometimes you might need to console these people. Working as customer relations officer, I had to console many people because of a lot of different situations.
Right.
Because people are hurting.
Yes.
When people come to you, they have issues, they are hurting. And if you cannot work with empathy, especially in a place like the hospital, don't do it. Don't do it.
Right.
Because everybody up there so needs a listening ear and
Yes.
they need your empathy.
Correct.
Okay? Don't argue. Don't get into an argument with the person who is coming to you with a problem. You might feel that way, but you have to restrain yourself
Yeah.
and address your situation. Don't use negative language. That's not possible. I don't think so. I ain't Shauna. I don't know. There's always a solution.
Yes.
If even the solution is not what they want to hear, but there is a solution.
Okay.
So you turn around that solution now. You know what? Maybe we could try this.
Right.
If I try to do so and so and so, maybe we might get an outcome that might work. So leave it with me.
Yes.
And let me see if I can help
Okay.
you. and I'll call you back and tell you exactly what's happening.
It shows that you're making an effort.
Making an effort, and I'm trying to satisfy you. And we are human.
Yes.
And we feel good when people approach situations like we feel
Of course.
cared for.
Yes.
And you feel that you're making this situation. And don't sound robotic. You know, a lot of people rehearse
Yes.
a lot of things to say. Like when you're listening to dial 9 and for so and so press 3 and press 4, or even when
And you just want to speak to a human being. I don't want to speak to any machine.
Exactly. When you call anywhere now and they put it on pan music for you to hear.
Yes.
You know, you don't feel, we get upset. The truth is that we
Yes.
do get upset.
True.
We want to hear someone who's going to help us.
Yes.
And half the time you go through the routine and they put you onto the extension and nobody answers and it goes back to the music.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
So all of that business people have to think about to make their jobs and they make it easier
Yes.
on their customers so that they will feel appreciated and not just a number or a statistic or somebody holding on a line.
Of course.
You know? So that's more or less in a nutshell.
The do's and don'ts.
Yes, the
And what
do's
about
and
the
the don'ts.
various service channels that we go through?
Okay, so there are lots of channels, okay? So there's a telephone. You have telephone complaints coming in. We know that. Somebody might know your boss because you don't know who is who.
True.
And they will call straight to your boss and tell them the complaint. Right there, going straight to the head office. Okay?
Yes.
Then you might call an area to give in the complaint. And there again, somebody know you and they're their friend. They're not passing it on.
Yes.
Or they might pass it on in such a way that it doesn't sound serious. You know, it's just something, oh, worry, then somebody call in to say so and so and so.
Or they're just miserable.
They're just miserable, right? And then you have the call now where it's being logged. Your call may be monitored.
Yeah. To ensure proper customer service.
Okay, so you never know which
Who's
one they
listening.
might pick up
Correct.
and listen to. And that is being very professional. Everybody can't afford that.
Yes.
But that's it. You have it in email. People send emails in with complaints.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have a proper channel where these emails are addressed and responded to in a timely manner.
Yeah.
All the complaints must be responded to in a timely manner. Otherwise, you feel as if they have forgotten you.
Of course. And the suggestion boxes that sometimes they don't even open in
Yes.
months.
Yes.
And it could be 10 different suggestions that would be able to bring their company up to par.
Exactly. We have to look at it. Complaints are positive, you know. It's not only negative.
Yeah.
If somebody brings a complaint to you, it is something that they want you to fix.
Of course.
It's
Because
something
they want to continue supporting your business.
Exactly, they're there in the first place.
Or else they would just say, I'm not even bothering, I'll just go elsewhere.
And that's bad for your business.
Yeah.
So when somebody brings an issue to you, don't look at it as the word complaint all the
Right.
time. Look at it as a way, how can I make it better?
Yes.
How can I serve my customers better? Maybe the way that I was doing it is not the best way.
Okay.
It's not the most efficient way
Correct.
of addressing a situation. So we have to be timely. Look at when you send a WhatsApp to somebody. You keep back checking all the time to see if they answer it. I'm not talking about just stupid talk. I'm talking
Yeah.
about something sensible, like I have been communicating with you. And you keep checking to see if Diane checked the message.
Of course.
It's time sensitive because we're communicating. You're not going to
Yes.
call people all the time. I think
Right.
I love WhatsApp because
Yeah.
it is
Very convenient.
very convenient, very efficient. Sometimes you don't feel like talking and you just use it.
Yes.
It's an easy way of communicating. But you're checking to see, Miss Massiah read my message or whatnot.
Right.
She's coming in just now,
Yes,
whatnot.
yes,
So
yes.
timely, we have to
Of
be very
course.
timely in our responses. There's live chat. How can I help you? So and so and so. Don't be telling people, let me put you on hold, and they're waiting.
For 5-6 minutes.
And you know that happens a lot
Yeah.
in our diaspora down
Of
here.
course.
They put you on and they put on the music and sometimes you're wondering. I mean, when you call somewhere like the telephone companies and whatnot and you're looking for service or the banks, you can
Yeah.
understand that they have a lot of people in line waiting and you have to wait your turn.
Of course.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But if you want to get through, you have to wait. That's a different thing. But if you're speaking to somebody now and you're asking them to address a situation for you, you need to have it timely. If you're on the telephone and you do not have a solution, there and then, I will get back to you as soon as possible.
And get back to them.
And do it. And do it. So we have to be timely in our responses. There's social media. We all know what goes on there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I am one. I use it to complain because, and usually it's about customer service.
Yes.
You know, when you go to the grocery, it hurts me. And it hurts me not because I am looking for somebody to tell me hello. I might be old and retired, but it's not that I'm looking for friends or but you go to the counter to
and you say good morning.
And they're talking. You don't even get a chance to say good morning because they're talking to each other. They're carrying on their own conversation. They're running the thing there.
Yeah.
Right? When you reach, they take the thing and they swing it around for you to do your thing. And they're still carrying on their conversation. You use your credit card, you pay your thing, they give it to you. Next.
Yeah.
They haven't even acknowledged you.
So that entire experience, it was like...
You didn't even pass through.
Exactly.
You did it online shopping.
Right.
It turns out to be like online shopping. But you know now, you have traveled.
Yes.
When you go to Walmart and these different places, good morning, how can I help you?
Yes.
They're false, but they're doing it.
They're paid to do it and
they are paid to do it.
And they are being monitored.
That too.
They are being monitored.
Accountability. Yeah. That's the same thing I said as far as the supervisors and the managers. Stay on top of your staff.
Yes.
Make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, that they're treating the public as they should be treated.
Of course.
And all should be well, and your business is going to continue to grow. We hear people sometimes talk about good service that they get.
Yeah.
Like licensing office has improved so much.
Yes.
Over here, you go in there to get a license in Trinidad and Tobago, and you're there for half an hour. Come on, licensing office. Yes.
A clap for them.
Yes. You go in there, and this is a long time now they have improved.
Yes.
You go through the whole process. You go to change over your car.
Right.
They're fine.
Yes.
They're working
and that is
well.
one thing I like. I mean, when you go somewhere and you get good service, you should say it.
Talk
Just
about
as
it.
how you would say, okay, I got bad service here, I did this, the person was so rude, the person, whatever it is, you get good service, say it.
People
Same
don't
way.
like to talk about good
yes,
things,
that's
you
right.
know.
I said bad news sells all the time. But we have got to leave it there for today. I wanted to give you a quick, probably a 30 seconds to just tell us about the project you're working on now and your closing words. 1 minute.
Okay, well, I can be brief. This project is the last of my working career. Well, I'm not really working. It's just something that I'm doing. It started in 2010 when we were asked by the Ministry of Health to come up with projects, right, that are sustainable. And at that time we started, Deborah Garraway started the Baby Project, where we do, on the maternity ward, we give cards to mothers who have had babies. And these cards have pictures on them and all the birth information. Mommy, daddy, date they were born, weight, length, head, who delivered.
Yes.
And mothers have loved it. And this has been going on for the last 16 years.
Wow.
But what has happened is that we were not able, at the time of the awards, to prove sustainability, because it was just the next year, and you had to prove over 2 or 3 years that it was sustainable. So Ministry of Health, we're still going with our baby cards, and I am proud to say that Tobago Regional Health Authority is the only region in Trinidad and Tobago who is doing it and continues to do it. And some of my children are graduating from all the secondary schools in Tobago, some of them who have done some of the thousands.
Wow.
And I love it. And I'm still dealing with my customers, with the mothers, with the fathers, with the nurses and the patients. And when I walk through these hospital walls, anybody I see who needs my help, and I know who needs help.
Yes.
I help them.
Well, that is
because
wonderful.
I can't help it.
Well, you see, because that's the kind of love and passion that you have in your heart to do
Deep,
it.
deep.
Well, I want to thank you so much on behalf of the people of Tobago and, of course, Trinidad. Thank you for your service throughout the years, and wish you a beautiful retirement.
Oh, yes. It's going well.
And all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
All
And thank you
right?
so much for having me, Diane.
Yes, it's been my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Thank
Well,
you.
viewers, this is where we leave it for today. I'm your host, Deanne McClutchy. Of course, you can link with us on our social media platforms. You may have an idea of some topic that you would like us to discuss on the program. Feel free to send us a line. You can link with us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and of course, Instagram. My guest today, again, I want to thank her, Mrs. Arlene Massiah, and we spoke in depth about customer service, but I know we have to do a part 2. So look forward for that, all right? As usual, I leave you with the definition of transformation, which is an internal shift that brings us into alignment with our fullest potential. Hey, we've got this. See you next time. And we leave you with beautiful sceneries of Tobago.